You'll find many of the banks, post offices, government centers, especially 100 years ago, were facilitated in these large, glorious stone structures. The paradigm that man is nothing but a carnivorous monkey in outer space, floating on a rock for no reason, in the middle of nowhere by accident. And this all got kicked off 43 bajillion years ago on a Tuesday at 6 o'clock p.m. And they can determine this with their color star charts and moon dust and things like that, and just surviving by instinct, on par with an animal. Justification for any morals, ethics, no real pursuit of true happiness, no pursuit of harmony and understanding here on the earth. There's no spiritual accountability. There's no understanding of beauty. Well, on the other alternative, on this side, we have a purposeful creation, a purposeful design to not only the human being, but the entire earth, the laws of nature. No theories, only laws ingrained into existence, woven into the fabric of reality by the designer, the creator, not in a linear sense, not, back then, this many years ago or that. It doesn't work that way. This is the fabric of what we live in. There is a value placed on beauty. Why? Because God has a beautiful creation. In order to return the favor, mankind has an impulse to create beautiful things, to not only value beauty, to seek it out, to place a high emphasis on it. This is how the ancients maintained their ways of life. Symmetric, proportional laws of beauty.
Are sold the story that these are alleged temporary buildings, all being built in record-breaking time for the purpose of a worldly gathering, a gathering to showcase new technology, or perhaps just taking credit for the old. With so many lights on display, one would only assume that power plants and electrical resources such as wiring and even electricians were widely available. However, during this time period, that wasn't the case at all. Therefore, how were these vast areas in the late 1800s able to light the evening sky, like a modern-day theme park? Or was there a different method for harvesting energy? Now ask yourself, what part of these magnificent buildings look temporary? And most importantly, what part of these buildings look new? Or you can just believe these guys.
It was all brand new. This is what they tell us. Meant to be temporary. So they used plaster of Paris and wood and all these other structures. And if you look at the pictures, that's not what you see. Massive masonry structures that look like what you see in Europe. They had these places like Chicago, Omaha, Portland, Seattle, Guatemala. They had them in Tasmania,
Georgia, Louisiana, Ohio, Canada.
Each one was magically populated by millions of people that came from all over the realm to participate in this event.
So what they tell us, in 9 months, from the moment they conceived of it to when it was built, it was 9 months of getting it all together. It was gigantic plate glass structure with fountains and trains, and that in the 1930s, that burned down. So you show pictures of this Crystal Palace structure, which is massive. We have to move that, no problem. Oops, it burned down. Typically what happened to a lot of these World's Fair structures.
You can erase it from history, people don't see it as a potential future. And I think that in itself is, for me, the moral of hiding history, about hiding the old world.
Take existing infrastructure, build some little bullshit around it, and then when you're finished with your so-called fair, it gives you an excuse to tear everything down and nobody questions you.